All right. Hey, everybody. How's everyone doing?
I'm doing the music for you. Go ahead.
Yes, it is
Hello
the
out there.
Creedence and Bishop Show. All right. Well, let's all talk over each other right at the beginning. Let's do that. Hey, it's the
Hello
Creedence
out
and Bishop
there.
Show here with you. Are you doing that to mess with me?
I
Okay.
did. I
Jesus
did.
Christ.
Sorry.
All right. Well, go ahead. Take it away, Knox. You want to talk so much. Go ahead. Take it away.
No, you're doing a great job. I'll stop. You're good.
No. Okay. Anyways, hey, welcome to the Creedence and Bishop Show. Bishop here with you, Mikey the Legend Mayhem, and Knox, who you've heard from 37 times already on the show. We are Creedless tonight. Creed is out; he is under the weather, but we are all with the weather, so we are here, ready to have a good time. Mikey, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. I nearly had heat stroke cutting grass earlier today, so I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking.
Oh, thank
Wow.
you.
By the way, this is very reminiscent of the almost 2 years we did the show without Creed and still called it the Creedence and Bishop Show. False advertisement, as always. We were definitely ahead of the curve. We were clickbaiting before we knew what it was.
Well, no, I don't think that it's false advertisement. It's still the same thing. I'll leave. I'll have 2 smoke breaks during the show.
Okay.
So, and I'll say you guys talk amongst yourselves after whatever we talked about that I want to talk about, and then I'll leave. But yeah, that's normally what Creed does, right? Like when he's done with his segments, he's like, all right, you guys talk for a few minutes.
He's like the lover who leaves the room so that you can finish yourself.
Wow.
Lazy lover.
Holy cow.
He'll never miss another show.
I wonder what he thought of that at home. I know you because I'm sure he's watching.
Oh, he's got to be watching.
He's making notes right now. He's about to attack the chat, I'm sure. I'd have no doubts.
Do you think maybe he was, so jealous that Knox has missed so many shows, he wanted to miss one? Do you think he's eating grilled chicken at the moment?
There's a good chance of that. There's a good chance.
Mikey, how do people find us if they're not finding us right now?
Well, if you can get in front of your computer, your smart device, anything like that, you can find us over on YouTube, Creedence and Bishop Show. And if you go anywhere else like Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, it's CB Radio. CB Radio Show. So we really prefer if you go to YouTube. YouTube is where we would like for you to go. And that is Creedence and Bishop Show.
Okay.
Subscribe and like.
Hit the like and hit the notification icon, so whenever we go live, you'll know it. All right.
What does he always say? Smash the like button.
Yeah, he
Smash
says
the like button.
He come up with that, by the way. That's his trademark.
He should have a T-shirt. When he was missing for 2 years, did you guys jump on with a different excuse why he wasn't there every time, or what'd you guys do?
We just never mentioned him anymore after a certain point.
Yeah, sometimes we would say, give
we tried to call him reason. Yeah.
But yeah. And sometimes we just wouldn't say anything at all. You just make the can Dave wants to know, can he take Creed's place?
Oh, absolutely. We'll put you on right now, Dave.
You could just mute him.
No. He could do anything, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Right, yeah. And we have no tape delay, if you will, on something like that. So
he did get a last minute mailbag in.
Did he?
He did.
Good stuff.
Teresa will probably be doing that the opening. At least my Garbage Pail Kid pack opening will be either tomorrow or Friday.
Ooh, with bated breath.
Up on the show tonight, like Knox just teased, we have a mailbag where we answer your questions, your comments, just anything you want to, stories we might have missed, stories you think we might like. But, a lot of comments, questions. That's normally what happens in the mailbag. Also, we got some other things, some other new stories. Something Creed is missing out on. There is a new development in the Britney Spears Save Britney or Free Britney thing with she is going to court trying to get her dad to not get money from her anymore.
There you go. There's the whole effing story right there.
Yeah, well, no,
no
there's
need
more.
to talk about that.
There's more. There's more.
Wow.
Don't make me get angry.
And also, we have transparent toilets in the news.
That sounds awful.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's the kind of glass you can like make cloudy with the push of a button.
Well, we'll have to find. Well, there goes the whole story. So I guess
no need to talk about
I don't know. I didn't even read the story. Did I ruin it?
No.
By the way, wherever you're watching us, wherever you're at, join us in the chat. We love to hear from you. We love your comments. We'll respond to pretty much anyone except for Dave, who we might not talk to as much, but we will try and talk to everyone that does come on.
So last week, Bishop was on vacation and he video chatted all of us, but you guys didn't answer, and I answered. I got to see a little bit of a tour, and I saw the really cool rental upgrade that you had, Bish.
Oh, by the way, the reason I didn't respond was because I was locked out of Facebook, which also locks you out of Facebook Messenger until they could
What'd you do?
verify my identity. I have no idea.
Your identity.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Jokes on
verify your
them, bud.
identity?
I have no idea. They were like, we're not sure if you're who you say you are. Could you send us a picture of you facing forward? Can you send us a picture of you turned sideways? It was like a model session where they wanted me to take all these various pictures of myself and send them in so they can verify who I am.
Hashtag deepfake Mikey.
Yeah.
Well, we've all been saying this for years that you more than likely are not the person that you're pretending to be. So I'm glad that Facebook is finally up on all of that. And, you know, So how long did it take you to not be locked out for not being who they thought you were?
3 days.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh
3
my
days.
God. You must have died.
And there was even a message they sent me when I sent in my information and said, hey, look, because of the pandemic and everything, we might not get to you ever. So I was like,
Did it really?
Okay. Yeah. It was like, we may never be able to resolve this.
Wow.
And
You
so I
would
was like,
never be able to resolve a Facebook question. Hey, this is not me.
yeah, it was like out of nowhere. They just, and I think it may play a part with me. I changed my name on Facebook, and I haven't ever changed my name on Facebook. So I'm thinking maybe they were like, why is this dude changing his name all of a sudden? So maybe that had something to do with it. I'm not sure, but yeah, they locked me out of everything for 3 days.
What did you change your name to?
I'm not going to say on here what my name is. Come on now.
You
It
put
says,
your real name on there?
I put the between Mikey and Legend. No, I mean, it's my real name, but I added something in the middle, give myself a middle name. So, you know, maybe that had something to do with it, maybe not. But I think
Why were you messing around with your name to begin with?
because I wanted to change it.
Are you like one of those people that do comedy and they call themselves, like, if you did comedy, you'd be Mikey the Comedian Mayhem?
Right. Something like that. But
You're
the
like,
thing
so
is,
you're like Mikey, the show co-host / producer / t-shirt salesman Mayhem.
shirt designer. Yeah. That basically that. And I will not be talking about and promoting my store or anything like that on here.
Yes.
It's its own complete separate entity. But if you read my bio on wherever you buy your best shirts, you will say it says designs by Mikey the Legend of the
I like
Creedence
how he
Bishop
says
Show.
that he's not gonna promote it, but he's promoting it.
I'm not going to tell you what the name of it is.
Okay. Yeah. God knows, you know.
Does it mention the show in your bio?
Let me rewind that about 10 seconds. If you go and read the bio, where I do sell shirts in several places, you will see that it says Mikey the Legend Mayhem of the Creedence and Bishop Show. And also I used all the show's social media as if anyone comes to my page and they'll go and check out the show. So,
Gotcha.
So it does mention it.
let me rewind that about 10 seconds. Yes, Knox, it mentions it.
I was just
But I'm
showing
not-
that I was
I'm
listening.
not plugging it anywhere in our network.
I got you.
So I'm busy.
Rock Diva said that she had to upload a picture of her driver's license
That was probably a scam.
as a fake page. You think that was a scam?
He said, then the next day they said, could you push your tits against a window and take a picture of them? We need to verify that it's you. I mean, stranger things have happened. They didn't ask for that kind of stuff, but they wanted me to take pictures of myself. I don't know.
Did you have to go through a thing and figure out like which pictures have a bridge and which ones don't?
No, thank goodness. I was worried that they were going to ask me to identify people's pictures. I don't know, back in the day, if you would lock yourself out of your account somehow, if you got your password, they'd show you your friends' pictures. Yeah. Not like their actual profile picture, but could be a picture of their grandma at Christmas. And you're supposed to identify that person is so-and-so's profile. So, you know, I'm glad they didn't do that. Knox, you okay, bud?
Yeah, Knox, how was your weekend?
My weekend was pretty good.
All right.
No, I was it's funny because we did the Pick Up podcast and I totally forgot that we had talked about it on there too. But I went down I traveled a bunch. Friday I went to Connecticut, and Saturday I was in New York City again. So a lot of travel, and I still don't have a bathroom yet. However,
you don't have a bathroom yet?
I mean, yeah.
Oh, I thought I told you guys this. A huge renovation going on in my apartment, and I don't have a bathroom. Yeah, I don't have a bathroom. I tore it down to the studs.
Do you have a bathroom? Do you have a bathroom?
I have to run down the hill to the stone mansion to use the bathroom. And what's annoying about that is that sometimes they lock the door at night on the bathroom in there for the one that's on the floor where the door is. The other bathroom is in the basement of this 200-year-old stone mansion.
Stone mansion.
And it's creepy. I could go up the stairs, but if I have to poop, stairs are not always an option for me.
Have you ever heard the story of the murder at the stone mansion?
Stairs aren't an option. You're gonna poop.
Let me rewind this about 3 seconds for you. When I have to poop, stairs are not always an option for me because if I'm
do you wait till the last second?
Is in your bio.
I suffer from ulcerative colitis, gentlemen, and so I take this special medicine, and when it's time to go, it's time to go, and my shit is orange.
What's up, slap my fat tits?
It says, let the stairs be your toilet. That's a good.
By the way, slap my fat tits. If you would, go ahead and give us a like right there on the subscribe to our Twitch channel because
it's probably been the best name that I've seen in our chat. By the way,
we're doing big things. That's a great one.
Twitch has some pretty good ones. A few lottery shows ago, I had Archduke Franz Ferdinand in there. And that was a pretty funny one, but slap my fat tits is pretty good.
So back to the bathroom not being there, I was able to pick up. So I was allowed to go and pick out a bathtub. I wanted a new bathtub, and I picked one out, and it was okay. But then I found another one.
By the way,
here's what. So listen to this.
They give you like a little reward because you have ulcerative. Oh my god,
ulcerative colitis.
A reward?
No, like a.
Here's a nice soaking tub to wash that arse of yours.
Reward. I'm going to say like an upgrade. Like they said, okay.
Well,
you would have 500, but we're going to give you 650.
So I picked out a bathtub. It was the deepest one they had at Home Depot, and it was $239. Okay.
I know you love to take your bath because anytime he sends you a photo of anything, it's him in the bath, and it'll be like, "Hey, look at this."
He's video chatted with us.
Do you remember how gross that bathroom was? Though it was awful. It was a disgusting bathroom. You guys saw it on the pictures of our feet during the feet episode. It was just a pretty gross bathroom. Well,
it looked like the floor of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre butcher room.
Yeah. So it was. So I got this bathtub. It was the deepest one they had. It was like 20 inches or something like that. And then I jump onto Habitat for Humanity Restore down in the next city down. And I got this crazy deep soaking tub. It was a Kohler soaking tub, like $1,000 tub. I'm not even kidding. It was $8.99. And it has an infinity drain on it. and I got it for $50.
Whoa, $50.
What is
$50
an
bucks.
infinity drain? What's that?
It's this crazy looking drain. It's like a long slot instead of a little hole. It's this thing so you can fill up the water a lot higher.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty cool. It's about 10 inches deeper than the one I got from Home Depot.
So did you get the remaining money? Mean that you got such a great deal?
No, but I paid for the tub because it was $50. Possibly somebody just had their kidneys removed. I'm not sure, but it seemed to be brand new.
No, my fat tits, or excuse me, slap my fat tits says, I wonder what was in the tub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mean like at one point?
Right. Well, that's a good.
It was brand new. That's why it was so awesome. And I'll tell you what else I got,
How do
gentlemen.
you know it was brand new? Did it have plastic on it?
Yeah, it was still in the frame thing. I had the paperwork with it and everything.
I bet it was a homeless guy's toilet.
But guess what else I got?
What did you? You got an infinity toilet.
I bought. You're close. I bought a Toto washlet C200.
Oh wow!
So
Where did
how many tubs do you have in this bathroom? You've named 2 different tubs now
No,
already.
No, that's a bidet.
That's a toilet.
You said you went to Home Depot, got this bathtub. This
Oh no! We're not going to use that tub. It's going to go to a different project now. I use the big tub now.
I was like, Knox has got 2 tubs in this bathroom. I mean,
that would be heaven, but no, I only have 1 tub in the bathtub, but it's a super deep tub. It has a slanted back for my back to lean back on. Like, I mean, dude, this thing is like beyond awesome. I'm telling you.
Knox takes baths like I mop if I really mean to do it. You got to do, if you want to mop really well, you got to do 2 buckets. You got to have 1 bucket for the cleaning solution and your clean water. And then you got to have another bucket to, once you mop the floor, to rinse that out. And
2 bucket job.
2 bucket job. So you're a 2 tub job.
Yeah.
Nice. So
but anyway, so I got this bidet. Yeah, the bidet is worth $500 to $750 depending where you get it from.
Was it used?
What was the name?
Still in the plastic. It's a Toto washlet. C200.
Toto.
And you can actually pull up it's got a blow dryer built into it. It's got multiple settings for how long the little water shooter goes. So as a feminine mode, and it shoots more to the front to spray off the flaps.
Oh God, the flaps. Okay.
Can you pull up a picture of this thing? Are you finding one?
Pull up a picture of the flaps.
I'm trying. Give me the model number again. What did you say?
C200 washlet.
The washlet.
C200 washlet. Okay, thank you.
There's actually, if you go to bidets.com or Great Bidets, it'll pull up a video for it. There's it shows
Great bidets.
Like almost like the unboxing, but it's not. It just shows all the great features, and with a very monotone voiceover. It's pretty funny. Oh. But here's the thing, so I got that for $125, and I have to buy the remote control for it, which does control the water pressure with an LED slide thing on the back of the remote control. The remote control, can you guess how much that is by itself?
Probably quite a bit. This is a $715 bidet.
Yeah, got it for $125
from the Habitat for Humanity.
Yeah, it's the craziest thing.
Who is giving all these high-end, supposedly unused toiletries to Habitat for Humanity?
It appears to be it was in the plastic bag. It said Toto on it, and it was tied off. Doesn't appear to have been plugged in. I have to get a bracket and the remote control.
Are you installing it?
Probably. Well, no, I'll back that up. No, I'm not going to install it because I can't handle the plumbing part of it.
Hey, Amanda.
So
the flaps dude.
The flaps dude. The blow dryer for the flaps.
Did you use the blow dryer on your head? James wants to know. Is that a yes or no? I have a video, by the way, of this $715 toilet seat. I'll show you.
Oh my God.
It's got a great voiceover, but
no, the Toto toilet. We should get them as a sponsor. We all need one now. We all need the toilet, dude.
Anyway,
If
so
you
that
had a
was my weekend.
700 Look at this thing.
The last toilet I put in my house, I think I spent $100 on.
Oh yeah, Bidets Plus. There we go. This is the guy. You got
This
sound?
is the guy.
I don't think I have sound.
You should. If I
No,
just
I
did, I'm sure you will.
Nope.
Well, that's weird.
Push the button that said share sound.
There is no share sound, Knox. I think
Yeah, there is.
is.
Mine has one you have to click. It says audio share.
It's okay. Let's just get to the video and you can see how great that thing works.
No. Let me prove to you, being that I'm running something through a board that's detached, and I'm not running the audio on the sound card in the computer. I know this is all.
What's that tent report all of a sudden? I just want to see this fucking toilet. Put it up.
I'm trying to. You guys won't let me because you're so enamored by the damn sound.
You've had it before.
No. I've had it before. I run it through something else.
Okay.
Show me this damn amazing toilet.
So that's it. It goes on top of your existing toilet.
I'll do the voiceover.
Okay, so it's not even a bowl. It's just a seat.
Hi, this is Jensen with Ace Plus. The Toyota C200. The C200 is
Why is the video not even playing?
The C200 is actually an entry-level bidet, believe it or not.
Okay, so let me just get this straight. You put that on top of your existing toilet, and that's it.
That's it.
And look, how much is it for that piece?
This is on their website. It's $715.
Oh my god! I mean, that's ridiculous.
Look at it, though.
It's a contraption.
It turns your toilet into a Ferrari, dude.
So does it have
look
to
at
be,
that thing.
Is it plugged into the wall? Does it have juice running to it?
It does have power, yes.
Aren't you afraid with water and electricity you might electrocute yourself on the shitter?
No.
I mean,
and this is the remote control.
That's the remote I gotta get. Yeah.
How much did you say that was?
$115.
So you spent $50 for a tub.
Mm-hmm.
In $115 for the remote. How much did you say you spent for the bidet? I mean,
$125. I haven't bought the remote yet, but I bought the bidet for $125.
So that's $240, right?
I'll be in for $240 in the end of it. Yeah,
$240, and you don't even have a. Do you have a toilet?
I will have a toilet. I don't have a toilet at the moment. I don't have anything. What I have is a construction site.
It looks so
in my
high.
apartment.
It looks like this thing's gonna go in your toilet so high that your feet won't even touch the floor. Like you're gonna be on the king's throne.
I would love it if my feet were dangling
Look how
off of this.
this remote is.
Oh my god! I mean, who made that? Curtis Mathis?
And there's the water pressure thing on the back.
Too much, man. This is just too much. That's too complicated.
You got to see where it, bitch. You got to scroll up a little bit, and then, here we go. It shows. This is where it shows where it washes the flaps.
What's the chance that
look at this thing? Look, it has an extent.
Right up knocks his ass. Right up
it shoots on the front hose, the front nozzle for the lady setting, and then it shows you another setting. It'll come back out again. He can control. Yep, there's rear wash. That's for just your butthole, and then you can make it adjust if it needs to get a better. Needs to spray it down more. Look at that.
It's like the car wash, you know, it's going back and forth.
Look at that. See, it goes back and forth like that. Look at that.
Yeah, look at that. Oh my god, that's awful.
I mean, but wait, the blow dryer's coming. Just give it a second. There it is. Ready? He puts a little piece of toilet paper there to show the action of the blow dryer.
So is this warm air or cold air? I wonder.
And it automatically closes. See, it's automatic.
It's
what happens though if you can't? If say the power goes off, you won't be able to use your toilet.
I won't be able to use the features of the bidet. It'll still work like a toilet. I just won't be able to use the.
What are the chances that this thing is broken? That something is wrong with it? It's defective.
I mean, there's always that chance, but the tub was fine.
Well, it doesn't have any working components.
Well, right. I'll tell you something about the tub though. I had to buy a drain for the tub, the special drain piece. And the piece for the drain, so it would hook into the plumbing, was $120.
Oh my god,
that was rough.
I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. The tub doesn't work.
But that's so expensive. That's how much that tub was. Needed $115 drain or $120 drain on it.
Amanda says, I've never used one of those before. Actually getting ready for bed. Remember, I'm in upstate New York and wake up super early for work. All right, well.
Enjoy yourself, Amanda. Have a nice, pleasant dreams of washing your flaps.
Yeah, and Amanda, maybe if you got a bidet, you'd be a little more energized. Wouldn't have to walk around with filth in your bottom area. We all have it, so you get that nice bidet like Knox has got.
I wonder if you become constipated, if that water shooting on your rectum would help loosen things up.
No.
Oh, so you're saying like use it like an enema?
Yeah, like a home enema.
It doesn't give you a water enema. It just sprays you off. It's a nice it's a very pleasant. You ever used a bidet?
No.
Mikey?
No.
You have, Bish?
Yes.
Has.
They're great.
He spent the night on one.
Were you sparkling after you used that thing?
I don't know. I don't look back there that much. But
did you do a paper check after you did it though? Were you like, okay, let's just see what the damage is afterwards? So
did you squat over a mirror, dude? Did you squat down over a mirror to see, check the flaps?
No, I didn't know it. Yeah, I did do a paper. Yeah, but there was nothing. There was nothing there.
See, a little bit of water, a little bit of dampness, probably. That's about it.
Yeah,
but that's because you didn't have a blow dryer on yours.
But I don't know. I don't know if I would spend, $100 plus.
It was an impulse buy. I treated myself to this bidet.
Treat yourself. You know what?
And
my ass deserves this.
He's like sitting. He's got like, it's been a hard day. He's got like the cucumbers on his eyes and just sits on his bidet for a few hours.
Let it run.
The tub is outstanding. I'm telling you. That's
Is it cold water, warm water? I mean,
in the bidet?
Yeah.
It's warm water, and I can also adjust the temperature of the water and as a heated toilet seat.
Wow.
We're going to find Knox dead on that toilet.
Hope not.
The electric chair.
So what do you think? Should we do some mail? Checking in the mailbag?
Why not? Go ahead,
You've got some mail. Mailbag. We're just gonna do all of it as a cappella tonight. I like it. Anyway, hey guys, what's easier to operate, a helicopter or a plane? And that's from Ricky.
Ricky, I'm glad that you found the email, but in case you want to email us, you can find us on any of the social media outlets that we plugged before, or if you like old school email, just cbshowemail@gmail.com. Ricky was rocket or plane? What was this?
Right, helicopter or a plane. Sorry, I forgot to plug the email address.
Easier. I would think a plane. I mean, you don't have to really work. I mean, planes almost fly themselves nowadays.
Helicopters have foot controls. They have foot pedals too to help you maneuver the helicopter. So,
what's this question? Which one's easier to fly?
Which one's easier to fly? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I would go with plane as well. There's only two ways to crash on a plane: either going up or down. Mm-hmm. When you're in a helicopter, you go up, you go sideways, you can run in. Yeah,
spinning around. Next thing you know, you're on a mountain.
Have you ever flown a plane, Bish?
I've never flown a plane, but I've been in multiple different kinds of planes before.
Knox is about to tell us he's got his pilot's license. Go ahead.
No, I don't. I don't, and I only know about the foot pedal things because I watched an episode of Airwolf the other night.
You love Airwolf, right?
Right, Airwolf.
That's right.
Airwolf.
Yeah.
I do know about the foot pedals as well, but yeah. If someone said, "Hey, one of these, you have to fly one of these out of this island that's on fire," I have a plane and I have a helicopter, I would say I'm going to take the plane because
I watched enough movies to know I just need to get that thing moving, and then once it's going really fast, I just pull back.
Yeah. Now landing and the flying part, might be a little tough, but I figure that my chances of crashing the plane are much lower than crashing a helicopter because, like we said, you got to get the one rotor going in the top and the rotor in the back going and all that stuff and the foot pedals, and it's just too much.
Most planes and helicopters, and this is true, most, I'm going to say all, but most of the smaller ones don't even take a key to start them up. You just
Oh,
walk
sure.
over and push a few buttons, and all of a sudden you're up and running. And
I'm
you
sure.
can fact check me on that later, but I'm pretty sure I'm right.
All right. Well, yes.
Should we continue?
Absolutely.
Sure.
All right. CMB show. Is it safe to eat at Chinese restaurants? I like Chinese buffets, and I want to go out then eat, and I want to go out to eat there, but my parents think it could contain corona. I think they are paranoid. Is there any truth to what they are saying? And that's from Carol in Texas.
Carol, goddamn Baskins. Mikey, have you had Chinese yet?
I have.
What-
There was a Chinese food shortage in my
to say
area for quite a while. They had no supplies whatsoever. They couldn't get any of the stuff they needed to make various dishes. So once they did reopen during the pandemic, I went out and I did get some Chinese food, and it was fantastic. The thing that she's talking about with the buffets, that's one of those things where, I mean, people breathing over it, and it's got the sneeze guards and stuff like that. I mean, maybe don't go to a buffet. It's probably fine. Yeah, it's probably fine. But if you're worried at all, don't go. Just get Chinese food to go.
I thought it was so strange around here, like all the Chinese places closed, but I didn't even think about the supply chain.
Mhm.
I thought that like all the Chinese places were closing around here, and I guess
Out
it
of
was
fear?
out of fear. Yeah, like you don't know, some redneck is like, this son of a bitch, someone that would think that you would get coronavirus from
I'm
eating
gonna firebomb the Great Wall tonight, boys.
right, so I was like, oh, and then when they started reopening, I said, okay, well, they must feel comfortable enough to take
Yeah.
any kind of hate speech that comes their way. Then they've had some counseling or something, and they're ready for it.
We
But no,
only. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say that, man, I would love to go to a Chinese buffet. It's been forever since I went to one, but just the thought of just eating endless egg rolls right now. But I have had Chinese since then, but it was takeout, so I haven't been to I haven't been to any kind of. I saw it was weird that Golden Corral is open.
And they have a drive-through.
Yeah, yours has a drive-through, which is
Mhm.
funny in itself. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about buffets. Is buffets dead? Is it, I don't know.
For here, yeah, you can't go inside of the buffets. It's all outside seating. So our buffets are pretty much defunct, and the Chinese places have built special pass-throughs in their doorways, so you can't even walk into the store. You have to place your order from outside or call it in before you get there.
I know.
Oh yeah,
though.
one of the
Go ahead.
places has the little sliding door, like
Like a speakeasy.
yeah.
Yeah,
I know here they had the CC's here. It's all buffet. They had, when they first originally opened, they would go and make a plate for you and bring it to you, so you weren't up around the food. So you basically had to tell them,
No way.
you're not going to eat like a fat ass when you got to tell somebody just a slice of pepperoni's fine. I'm not having. Make me a salad too, please. So,
I couldn't do it.
Was that Vince McMahon ordering?
a salad. Yeah.
Let me get a salad. Hey, huh? Let me a salad, huh? Oh no, he's got to puke.
He's gonna puke. But yeah, but they didn't do that for very long. It was not very efficient, I believe. So
Yeah.
That's the thing that I like, is like things like that. If they first opened up, it was like, oh, look what we're doing, and then they're like, we don't give a fuck. Like,
yeah. I go into a convenience store up here, no one ever wears a mask in there, ever. And they don't care. Even the employees aren't wearing masks. So
Because you're in Trump country.
is that where I'm at? Where are you at?
You're in North Carolina.
You think so?
I mean, you guys are more of a not that we're getting into politics here, but I mean, you're more of a Republican state than a Democrat state. I mean, there's a correlation between the amount of people that are obeying the mask stuff versus saying it's a bunch of BS.
Well, our governor is very strict on masks.
Is it going well? You just said nobody's wearing them.
In the convenience store. I mean, that's in and out. But
Yeah,
if you go to like Walmart or Sam's Club, somewhere like that, everybody's got masks on, except for small children.
just imagine the slimy, sleazy convenience stores that Mikey goes to.
I take my shoes off before I go in. I mean, I really want the Blackfoot when I come out.
Does the door make a noise when you open it?
Not like that. No, it's more of a creaking sound. haunted.
Moving right along. Hey, Knox, what does niche mean? And that's from Carl in Charlotte.
Let me answer
Niche.
this one. Let me answer this
Go
one.
for it.
That's where you take a pie crust and you mix some eggs, put a little cheese. You might put ham or sausage, maybe some green peppers in there. And it's a delicious. What is it? A French item? It's a delicious dish.
You just made delicious rhyme with quiche, which is what you're talking about. Delicious.
Oh, no.
Quiche-ish.
So what's
No.
niche-ish?
Niche, Niche. And there was, without looking up the meaning of this, which I had to bring it up because top of my head I didn't know how to explain what a niche was. A niche is a specialized subject of something that you're really good at, or you know, a special type of activities that your interests fall into, like an area of expertise.
So what would you
I
say?
thought that was niche.
Niche. So here we go. Here's the meanings. Number one, a shallow recess or
Niche.
recessed.
Niche.
Niche.
I was
It's the same thing.
Go ahead. Sorry, niche.
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 Anyway, a shallow recess, especially one in a wall, to display a statue or another ornament. Didn't know that. Other words, similar are nook, cranny, slot, dude,
Put it in the
dude,
slot.
or hollow. It's also a comfortable or suitable position in life or employment.
None of these make any sense, by the way. The things you're saying.
And as an adjective, niche is denoting or relating to products, services, or interests that appeal to a small, specialized section of the population, which is what I was trying to say.
So what is our niche? What's this show's niche?
Porn stars, comedians, and slow adults.
I would say
That's what by the way, that's what it says on Periscope. If you go our Periscope, I didn't know Periscope had its own app. If you go there, that's exactly the description it has. It has the old description where it says porn stars, comedians, and
The R word.
adults. Yeah.
Moving right along. But you know, what would our niche? Our niche would be like comedy. We're a comedy niche. 4-man show niche.
Okay.
niche.
That's a
niche.
I'll write that down and put it up on our next.
He's found his
description.
niche. He's found his niche, everybody. His niche.
The niche.
Hello, show. There are
question. Where did the question for niche come from? Did Knox say that last week or something? Or
no, I think
maybe it has to do with his grammar Nazi or what?
grammar police.
gotcha. Next email.
Hello, show. There are bats in my house. I woke up this morning with blood dripping from my neck. What should I do? That's from Dallas via Twitter. I'll tell you what you do, Dallas. You go to the effing hospital because you got rabies, bub. You might have gotten it. Kill the bats also. Call an exterminator.
I mean, there's no way of knowing if you have rabies now, especially if the bat's gone. You can't catch
He
the
needs
bat.
to go.
Yeah, definitely go get checked out about that. I mean, make sure it might be a scratch. It might not even be but I guess you could get rabies from a scratch, right?
Very easily. Oh, yeah. If a bat even touches you, you have to go to the hospital.
If it
True
looks at you wrong, you have to go to the hospital.
No, if it touches you, if it like suppose it's flying around and it bounces off your head, you got to go to the hospital. Plain and simple.
We have bats like in my neighborhood. Like I noticed it like right when we moved here. I love them, and my wife hates them. And it's so funny. Like if she's walking the dog or we're outside when the bats start coming out, it's like 10, like easily in the sky at all times.
Did those ones swoop down on you like they do here?
Yeah, they like swoop, they fly all crazy and they swoop here and there. And it is so enjoyable.
Are they swallows or bats?
Are they swallows or bats? I think they're bats.
Swallops.
Are those swallops?
I'm pretty sure they're bats.
White nose disease or white nose syndrome killed off a lot of bats in our country, and now bats are trying to make a comeback. And a lot of folks are encouraged to get bat houses at their homes.
That's
around
right.
The country,
It's their
put a
year.
bat house.
2020 is the year of the bat. Making a comeback.
white nose syndrome or something like that. Yeah, like killed off a lot of bats back in the day. But yeah, dude, don't mess around. Rabies. Very.
Or you could turn into a vampire, so be very careful of that as well.
Avoid sunlight.
No garlic on your pizza.
Speaking of that, I just thought back the other day we were having this conversation. Somebody asked me what was the first
pizza you ever had?
What was the first overly sexual thing I ever watched as far as like on TV or a movie?
Mm-hmm.
Like and mine was My Best Friend's a Vampire, when he gets into bed with the chick and she bites him.
Okay.
That's what I remembered was the
what about
the
you,
scene
Bishop?
where
The first overly sexual thing I watched.
All right.
Yeah. And I think I was like 9 when that happened.
Oh, I would probably have to say now, knowing that I used to watch this movie religiously as a child, I'd probably have to say Dr. Detroit, because he plays a pimp, and there's scenes whenever they're like trying to like make him the patsy, make the Dan Aykroyd character the patsy before he becomes, and they're like in a hot tub, and like they're like, a lot of sexy things are going on. I don't think there's any nudity in that movie. I don't think, but
I don't believe
was there thrusting?
No, but there was like insinuation of sexual, like they're going to have sex with you if you do what they say. You could have sex with all these women.
Right.
Wow.
I'd have to say probably for me, it was late night staying up and watching Benny Hill. Benny Hill had lots of boobs. There was always, scantily clad women.
Yeah.
I envied him because he would chase the women around and music would play. Yeah. I was probably like 8 years old, and I found Benny Hill, and I would start staying up late. No one would know, and I'd stay up and watch Benny Hill.
Mikey got to a point where he could only flog the dolphin if he heard the Benny Hill theme song when he was.
That music's got a hit, Betty. It's got a hit.
Oh, great! He's doing it again.
Where's he at? Oh, there's that music again. He's in the bathroom.
Dear Creedence and Bishop Show,
going real fast at it though.
When will my penis stop growing? I'm 14 and my penis is 6.2 inches, which I'm happy with. But I was wondering when it will stop growing exactly. And that's Randy from Instagram. Randy, 6.5 inches. He didn't say if it was flaccid or if it was standing at attention.
0.2 half? I would think that'd be like
0.2 of an inch.
Maybe. But I mean, who measures like that? Like,
probably like 0.2 of an inch.
I mean, he's a little young to be measuring himself, isn't he? 14?
Oh. I don't know. I mean, I used to watch Dr. Detroit as a child, so I think I was
safety note: when you're measuring your penis, do not use a metal tape measure. Use a wooden ruler. Don't use a tape measure.
Oh my God!
The wooden ruler with the metal line on it. How about that one?
That's a straight edge. Unless you're trying to chop it off with it, you should be fine. But the metal tape measure, that thing, if you hit the button and it zips back in, you might have a problem on your hands.
It sounds like a story you have.
It sounds like blood. You may have had that happen to you.
No,
you sure?
Nope.
Okay.
Definitely has not.
What age is a good age to start measuring yourself? I mean, I don't think
30.
And would you say at 14 he's done? I mean,
done growing?
Yeah.
No.
Would you say your junk develops early?
I think I still had some growing to do at 14, but this guy's at 6.2 inches. I wonder how tall he is.
Yeah, I don't think a guy's penis is like a girl's boobs. Like they start growing a little bit, and then the next day they're a little bigger and a little bigger. I think that's kind of like a very quick progression, and it doesn't really go anywhere after that.
I know Creed is out. He's measuring his penis as we speak.
Hopefully not with a metal tape measure.
No,
metal tape measure.
He is under the weather today, so he will be back at some point, or
hopefully tomorrow.
We will find someone that looks like him and just say it's him, and never tell you that.
Hopefully, he doesn't die.
Well, thanks.
But So you think that all of a sudden, Mikey, like your junk just grows one night and then
I
it's
would think
done?
about 14, you're done. I mean, guys, puberty for guys is like quick. Like it happens. One day you don't have any hair. The next day you're like a wildebeest.
It doesn't mean that your dick stops growing. I'm pretty sure that you got 14. He's got a couple, at least 2 more years of some kind of change to go down there. I bet he'll end up 6.5.
Look here, baby.
6 3/4.
I know me and you's hanging out tonight. I'm only 14, but give me 2 more years, and man, oh man, you'll really be getting the action. I think he's probably there.
It's like
Did
immature. You know?
Did you ever try a condom on when you were a teenager?
No.
You've asked someone else that before, just where you said that. Have you ever?
No, but I'm just saying I did. I tried one on, and you know what? I was nervous about how much room was still going on in there. So that and I think I was 14, and I had a little ways to go. And now I require a Magnum.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I knew that was coming. I knew that was next. Now, one condom only rolls halfway down, bud. I mean, come on.
I'm a little thicker than the average bear.
God. All right.
I'm just saying, compared to when I was 14, come on. So the guy might have a little to go still.
But how do you know? Do you have did the lady that cast all of the rock and roll guys' penises back in the 70s come by and cast your penis for you at 17 and then cast it at 21 and then cast it at 27? Like, how do you know the progression of?
I would think when you're done growing everywhere. Like, say, at what age will you hit your peak height?
I don't think it's 14, Mike. That's what I'm saying.
Maybe.
Mike. I don't know. I just called him Mike.
It's my Lord's name.
Yeah. Listen, Mike.
He broke the fourth wall. But if I don't know, I feel like, I mean, a guy, you go out, guys bang girls at 14. Are you like, hey, don't be upset?
Oh God. The only person that I'm connecting with on that is Dave the Flav.
You have a kinship with Dave. You and him both. Do
you actually want to hear a funny story about the condom that I did go and grab, and I actually got in trouble in the midst of all this?
Absolutely.
So I went to the gas station downtown, and they sold condoms in the bathroom, and I took my 4 quarters, and I believe that was actually a Lifestyles as well. Thanks, Dave. And
Lifestyles rough.
I brought it home, and I went into the restroom with it, and I didn't clean up the wrappers, and my mom found it like right after and lost her damn mind. Holy crap. I think I was 14, and she came running up the stairs. What is this? What is this? I was like, I don't even know. I don't know what it is.
Blamed it on your dad. Your poor dad took an ass beating that night. Blamed it on him.
That was one of my questions.
Where did this come from? I don't know. I found it. It wasn't good.
What'd she say then?
What was your excuse?
I think she just said disgusting and walked away, and just don't do it again. Don't do that again.
No wonder you're so sexual. It sounds like you were repressed as a child.
Dude, there was no, you have to understand what?
What'd you do with the used condom?
I got rid of it. I think I either flushed it or I she didn't find the condom. She found the wrapper.
Right. Well, I'm saying, what did you? It was. I
flushed it. That was before I had stashed them all in a metal box over the course of a snow day, and then left it in my closet for a year. You heard that story, right?
You put the condom on. Did you do anything else, or did you just try
to jerk off into it? No, I didn't.
What did you think he meant? Did you do anything? Did you drive a dirt bike? Did you go take a dirt bike somewhere?
Well, I thought he was going to ask whether or not I was aroused before I put it on or something. It wasn't.
Did you go fix a small engine on a go-kart? Like, what do you think he meant? What did you do something in it? Like,
no, I didn't finish the job into the bag. No,
okay,
I did not.
We got that.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
I feel like you were about to get on to something though when ruined your train of thought because
Oh,
Mikey said
about how
Yeah.
repressed my household was. Yeah,
you
man. It wasn't.
You're going to do a Bernie Mac. Y'all understand?
There was no open discussion about that in my household. It was very Catholic. So, dude, school, friends was like my sex ed. You know, that was pretty much it. And there was never any discussions about it until something went wrong or something bad had happened. Then it was talked about.
Something went wrong.
Yeah.
Oh man, there's a story there. I can just.
I'm not going to go any farther with it because it's but you can make your own. You can make your own.
Hold on.
Well, like for instance, my dad walked in on me 2 days in a row. You heard that story before, right? How it was.
No.
My high school girlfriend would come over after I had a job working for the state. I was painting dorm rooms, and then I was home from my. No, was I home? Yeah, I was home from my freshman year in college, and on 2 days in a row, I had talked my girlfriend to coming upstairs while my parents were gone, and my dad came home.
How old was she, by the way? How old was she?
Of age.
Go ahead.
Of age. Anyway, we were getting it on in my room and facing the door, like she was facing the door, and my dad came home early to play golf, and he
looked your dad right in the face.
He opened the door. He opened the door. Yeah, we were both looking right at him. It was really, really awkward. And he slammed the door, and then he said, "I think it's time for her to go home now."
Were you in your room?
Yeah, I was in my bedroom. Yeah.
You had a kind of relationship where, like, if your bedroom door is shut and you're old enough to, you were in college, you said?
I had the kind of relationship where no girls were allowed in my bedroom ever in my house.
But I'm saying, like, your parents would just walk in, like, unannounced?
I think he was coming to, I mean, he knocked, and then he opened it. He did, like, the knock and open.
Right, gotcha.
And there we were.
Didn't you think to maybe lock the door?
Didn't have a lock.
So he shut the door and he stood there. How long did he stand there till he said,
he went, Jesus, and he closed the door. And he said, I think it's time for her to go home. And so he went home or she went home and I went down. Oh, stop. And I went outside and we had a seat on the bench outside of the front door of my house, sitting there. This was the talk. And he goes, now you don't want to end up like certain other people in our family, right? And he was referring to my sister who had gotten pregnant very, very young. And so I said, no, I use protection. And he said, that isn't the point, and so that was that. Well, the very next day, I came home. Once again, I was trying to talk her into going upstairs, and she was really shaken up by what had happened. Like, she got in the car and
were your parents home at that point? I mean, when you're trying to talk her upstairs, are they still?
No, they're both at work.
Okay.
So I was home after they were out of work. I had a couple hours in between when I got off of work and when they got off work. So, and she knew this, and she would come over. And second day in a row, I was like, come on, there's no way it'll happen again. Come on, let's just go upstairs. I'll make it special for you. So this time I've got candles lit. I've got, like, I think I had Enya playing or some kind of like weird music going. I had the whole nine, right?
Uh-huh.
And then we get going again, and once again she's back on all fours and facing the door again. 2 days in a row.
Still home.
2 days in a row. He comes up the stairs. This time I leap off the bed as I watch the door handle turn in the room. And he pushed it open and I slammed it shut back against him. And that was when I got the God damn it. He was yelling at me in the hallway. And
my God.
And then she wasn't allowed to come. She wasn't allowed 2 days in a row, dude. 2 days in a row. And he got his stuff, and I heard him get in his car and peel off out of a driveway and take off down the road.
With her in the car?
No. We were both still upstairs, but that was the last time. And you know what? A few years ago, I had spoken to this ex-girlfriend. It was my high school sweetheart. No, I didn't. I didn't lose my virginity to her, but I took her card though. Heyo.
I got a full deck now, dude.
She said that she still has it's to the point where she's been with these boyfriends and gone to their parents' house, and she won't mess around with them when they're at.
I hope not.
parents' house.
Like 40 years old now.
She's in her late 30s for sure. Yeah.
A little long in the tooth to be sleeping with people that have parents in the house.
But anyway, but even after that, like the only other conversation we ever had regarding my sex life was when my mom had found a metal box of spent rockets while cleaning out my my closet, and my dad and I had the discussion in the car. And
an empty box of spent rockets. I've never heard
a metal box of spent rockets. We had a snow day. It turned out that I wasn't allowed to flush the condoms down the toilet, so I put them all into a box and I stuffed them away in my so we would have snow days, Bish. If
did you at least tie them?
You know it.
Oh my God, that's disgusting.
Yeah, she was really upset. She was really upset by what she found. And it happened while I was away at school. So
bad.
So I used to drop off my dad in the morning at work so I could have the car. So we were driving him down. I drove him down to the diner. He would go to the diner in town every morning to see his buddies and have his coffee, and he would get a ride from there. And I had the car for the day. And we're riding down the hill, and he says, and he's in the passenger seat, and he says, so your mother was cleaning out your closet, and we have reason to believe that you were having premarital relations at the house while we were not at home. And it was just quiet. And I looked at him and I said, she found the box. She found the box. And he yelled at me. And I was like, and I just it was awkward. So I laughed, and he was annoyed that I was laughing. And I said, well, she didn't have to open it. That's not the point. He was yelling at me. He yelled at me like the whole ride down. He's just like, the point is
that your mom was cleaning out your closet. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I think at this point I was definitely 21. I'm pretty sure.
She's in there tidying up.
Yeah.
Room service.
A sweet lady.
That was my sophomore year, I think, when I came home. And I was like, this has been going on for a long time, Dad. This is nothing new. But yeah. So point is, sex in my household was what was it like in your house? Did you guys talk about it with your parents openly? We're all from the 80s. I'm assuming probably not.
Did I? No. My mother never gave me any kind of talk like that. I kind of figured it out from watching adult films. And I was like, look, that seems like something I would be into. And I went from there,
Clown porn.
That looks like something I'd be into.
Yeah.
As opposed to that would have been the moment when he found out that he was gay. That doesn't look like something I'm into. Yeah. Yeah, that looks like something I'm into. I can get down with this. I can get down with this.
I could do that.
This whole being adult thing's for me.
This is my thing.
I thought I was going to be into it, but I guess not.
Yeah. So, it's one of those things. And no, my mother, the only thing my mother ever said to me was,
my mother, there is no mother.
In the bathroom, I left something for you, and I expect you to use it. So I go into the bathroom, and there's a box of condoms. And I said,
Mom, I'm 8.
I'm like, okay. So that was basically it. Don't be getting nobody pregnant. And I said, all right.
I saw your dong the other day. I think you'll fit just fine into one of these.
Let me get the measurements.
What was your sex talk, Bish? Did it ever happen, or was there any kind of a?
No, not really. I knew that. I knew about sex because as a tell against abstinence, is that right? Having sex, abstinence.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My mom used to tell me about my sister who got pregnant at 13, and she would say, she would tell the story about that, and I was like, wow, I don't want to get pregnant at 13. So, so that was kind of a stay away thing. But I mean, I had health class. I remember in health class in 5th grade, it was very. I'm sure some sort of sexual assault happened during health class, just with how graphic they were about everything. And the questions, I just remember like questions that people asked. And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Nowadays, kids will get like fucking roasted for asking these questions. And the teacher, there was this let's call this kid Matt. Matt was like this little kid, right? And we were all little kids, but he was really small, really, And someone asked a question basically about Matt's penis. Someone said, because the video showed you everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. And it showed you, it was all guys in there, but they showed you the guys and the girls video together, right? So someone said, well, whenever, puberty happens, will someone like Matt stay small, and will his penis stay small? And I remember I was like, oh my God, I can't believe they're putting Matt out there like that.
Wow.
Because at this time, like I was already doing stuff to myself, so
and then Matt began to feverishly masturbate in front of the entire class.
I'll show you.
Like a deranged orangutan.
I just remember the teacher was like, well, no, Matt could become, 6 foot tall and have the largest penis in the whole class. And I just remember I was like, oh my God, this person just said that this guy could have the largest penis in the class.
They're going to call him Tripod.
Matt banged that teacher 10 years later.
But
with a big old dick.
But yeah, so I don't really remember like a sit down like talk like birds and bees really. I just figured it out, and yeah.
I asked my mother when I was probably 6 or 7. I remember this very, very vividly. I said, Mom, where do babies come from? And she was, I was sitting on like a landing, and she was like in the next room over. My back was to her. And she said, well, first and foremost, you have to be married.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was just dead silence, because it made like no sense to me. And I'm like, okay. And she goes, any other questions? I said, no, it's fine. So that was like it. I mean, we really didn't have any of those talks at all. They avoided them at all costs.
I was saying the other day too. This is kind of off the subject, but talking about, you see what Dave?
What
Dave said?
Oh, make it a douchebag. I remember the love of my life, Julie Kavanaugh. She was hot till William Gilbert took her and made her fat.
I guess he knocked her up.
Before you go into that story, speaking of Dave the Flav, can I read his letter?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, but my story is real quick.
All right, do your thing.
Yeah, just talking about like kids asking inappropriate questions. I remember like years before that, McGruff the crime dog used to come by and talk about Dare.
Take a bite out of crime.
And it would be someone in a suit. And then this was like 4th grade. We were all in the library, and by now, like everyone was like, okay, this might just be a guy in a suit or whatever. So they said, all right, do you have any questions about McGruff? So a few regular questions. And this girl said, yeah, how does McGruff pee? Right? Because he's he wears a coat. He wears a jacket. In a coat. He's nude, but he's in a coat. And they said, well, like everyone else pees. And then she said, yeah, but he doesn't have a wiener, and how does he pee? And they were like, they're not getting out of this one. Oh yeah. Oh, this girl was like a pit bull. She wasn't letting go for anything. It was so funny. And I just remember like the cops and then the teacher and the librarian got mad at our class. And then they left. And then the librarian and the teacher like dressed us down, like, because of you, McGruff will never come back. And I just remember like sitting there. You
ruined it.
Yeah, I'm like
it for everyone.
I thought it was so funny, but I was just like, the lady that like 3 years ago did a puppet show for us about the lady who ate a fly is now like dressing us down, like, like you ruined it for everyone. McGruff's never gonna come back because you guys ask questions. I'm like thinking like, I didn't ask any question. I should be able to see McGruff the crime dog, but whatever. I was happy that they said that, because I was like, come on, it's a fucking guy in a suit. Like, let's just be real. And I would rather watch a McGruff cartoon than watch some dude just nod his head in a suit.
Why wouldn't they just say next question and just move on? Not even acknowledge
just remove her. remove her from the room. That's
Well,
it.
they thought they were going to answer it with one, with an answer, but that just opened up the floodgates, and it was just so funny. All right, go ahead, get to
Dave the Flav.
Yeah.
This is from 2 days ago. He says, "How come I can't be on the Pick and Flip podcast when I make comments? You guys come get me and take me to Wilmington, and we can go to Golden Corral and Cheetah. Also, we cab make some drops here and there to Dave that I say about October or birthday September 14th. I'll be 36. Who is Jasper? Where did he come from? This DTF. I'm the chief weatherman, not the editor. Can we make some of the movie at my house? In Creed's wedding, I have a Joe suit that I haven't even worn, but one time we got it from the suit store. I can't remember the name of it. Call me to do the weather forecast with 7 and brought to you by weather.gov and SurfChecks 6 and the Weather Channel. Creedence, can you have Emily show her boobies for me when y'all get there?
Absolutely. What's a Joe suit, by the way?
I have no idea.
I'm not familiar with a Joe suit.
I don't know what it is either. Bitch, I just remembered while you were telling that story about your class getting dressed down. How many teachers did you guys make cry through your high school career?
Maybe a few.
Was it in like your like 8th, 9th, like 7th and 8th grade years, or was it like later in high school?
Later in high school. I also remember that there was a teacher that this guy we were in math class. It was called tech math, and we were in math class.
Oh, that means you were in the bad. That was the you're so dumb you can't do pre-algebra, so we're gonna put you in tech math.
No, which was weird. I already had passed algebra 1, and it gave you the option if you want to take algebra 2 or tech math. And I think I'd already passed algebra 2 actually. But I still need
braggart.
I still needed a math credit, and I didn't want to take geometry or trigonometry because I knew I wasn't on that level. Algebra gave me a hard enough problem, so I took tech math. And this guy, God, what was his name? I want to call him Roderick. Maybe that was his name. Right? So Roderick would look and sound like you think a Roderick would sound like, right? So he's
very well navigated. Nice job.
Yeah. We're all quiet. I can't remember if we're doing a test or doing whatever. And Roderick was the kind of guy that would just, he was a little too old to be in the class or probably still in high school. And he would just, say stuff out loud. And this time he was rapping supposedly, but it didn't sound like he was rapping. And he spit a verse, and then he spit a verse.
Threats.
Yes, and then he spit a verse about killing the teacher. And I remember the teacher stood up, and he was like, and I remember we looked up, we're like, uh-oh. And the teacher stood up, he's like, what? What did you just say? And the guy looked like, this is what the teacher looked like. He looked like, just imagine the guy that plays monk.
It was a man.
It was a man teacher. It was a man teacher.
Jesus.
Is the guy that plays monk, right? But with more gray, like salt and pepper hair.
But I'm so sorry. That guy that is very nervous.
Oh, he was always nervous, but now he's even more nervous, right? So he stands up and he's like, what? And we're all like, uh-oh. We all heard Roderick just say he's going to kill the teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And Roderick doesn't say anything. He says, Roderick, well, what did you say? He said, what? He said, what you just said. What did you say? And he's like, oh, no, I was rapping. And he was like, no, it sounded like you were talking about me. And he's like, no. He's like, okay, all right. And the teacher leaves the classroom. And then we're like, what's going on? And then he comes back, and then he leaves again, and he comes back with a resource officer, and they remove Roderick out of the class like nothing happened. And then we just go back to the test, and then 2 days later, Roderick's back, and after that, the teacher was catering to everything Roderick said. It was so funny. I was like, all you gotta do is threaten to kill this guy. And he's like, because Roderick, believe it or not, did no work, never had his homework, right? So
Can't imagine why.
This guy would like ride him a little bit, but not much, because like I said, Roderick was probably like 20 years old, like, or at least he looked like it. But it was just funny that he, a death threat, and the way the teacher stood up, and we're all like looking at him like, uh-oh, like what's gonna happen? But Roderick wasn't violent. He just was intimidating, and he intimidated this little dude a lot of times before that, but not like kind of physically, but not physically. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't say like, I'm going to beat the shit out of you or anything like that. But, he would get upset, and you could tell that this would also upset the teacher. And
see, I had a guy that I went to school with that was like this. His name was Maurice. And Maurice was the kind of guy where we were in art class, and he'd wait for the art teacher to, leave to go make copies or something. And he'd go through the teacher's desk. Like, he'd go through and steal stuff from the teacher. And we'd all see him do it. Like, one time he was consecutively stealing the teacher's lunch, and he would eat the lunch. He would eat
before she got back.
Yeah. And put it back in there. It was a guy teacher too. And I was like, man, Maurice is getting away with murder. Then he decided to start stealing the guy's sunglasses. So he would steal his sunglasses, and the next day the teacher would be like, hey, whoever took my sunglasses, if you return them, there'll be no punishment. I just need them back because they're prescription and I need them. So yeah,
Maurice is like wearing glasses he can't see out of.
Maurice is like, okay. So he's like, watch this. So after class, he waited for the teacher to leave class. So he went up to the door, and there was a gap probably about this wide underneath the door. He put the glasses down on the floor, stomped them flat, and slid them underneath the
door. Wow.
Now, this is the same guy who also would sit in class and take paper and throw it at himself and be like, oh my God, what's going on? And he just like a ruckus. He would just like disturb the class for 20, 30 minutes, claiming someone had assaulted him with paper when it was him the whole time. I remember being in science class with Maurice, and they had all these ocean, these rocks from like the beach. They were big as probably a football. And Maurice was in the back of the classroom. The teacher was turning writing on the board. Maurice reaches back, grabs one of these rocks, and just chucks it at the teacher. I mean, this had to be like a 5-pound rock. It hits the board, shatters into a million pieces. He turns around, and he's like, Maurice, come out in the hall with me. And he would took Maurice out in the hall. And I remember all of us could see what he was doing. Basically, he took his hands and put them on Maurice's shoulders, and then to put his entire body weight to push Maurice into the wall. And I'm like, this
to do what then?
Maurice. I mean, he's like, dressing him down like Bishop said. Maurice came back in. 2 days later, he was doing the same stuff again. He didn't care. He's the same guy who would go and the last day of school, he went and took a giant jar, a bottle of India ink, which is very expensive, and it's not coming out of anything. He dumped it all over the teacher's desk, everywhere. Now, this is also the times when Maurice, we had projects, and there would be like National Geographic we had to cut pictures out of. He would cut out the naked women and put them on the teacher's desk. And he's like, who put these on my desk? And he's like, what's the matter, Mr. McCullen? You don't like them pictures? Why don't you like those pictures? And he's like, Mr. McCullen was gay. And it was pretty clear. So Maurice was constantly putting nude African-American women on his desk. He also would shoot the teacher in the back of the head with staples. Like they'd wrap the staple around the end of the pencil and shoot him in the back of the head. And one teacher claimed that he had shot her in the back of the head with a staple. It went into her scalp, and she had to go to the doctor to have it removed. He would write on the board, "You're doomed, the Phantom." The teacher would come in the room. The windows would fog up, and he would write "You're doomed" on it, or "You're next," or something like that on the window, and be like, wow. "Oh my God, Lord, did y'all see that? Oh my God!"
I mean,
and that lady quit right in the middle of the school year, just quit school and left. I got out her 200 and scratch off came on my live tonight.
Come on, my live tonight.
Oh, come on, my lifetime. That's great, Wendy. You're really, moving up. Anytime you would like one of us to come on your live stream, let us know. We would be more than happy to be a guest of yours. I think that would be tremendous. Tremendous.
Damn.
But yeah, I mean, everybody grew up with somebody like that. I mean, there was always that guy. And Maurice, he was that guy.
So what do you want to do next, fellas? You want to do a little bit of news and then call it a night, or what do you want to do?
A little bit of news. Yep.
All right, fantastic. I'll go ahead and I'll pull some of this up real quick.
Could you sing it?
Could I sing it?
What's the it's time for news, C&B style.
Time for news, C&B style. Is that better?
Yeah, that's great.
Is that right?
What is that? Oh my god!
I'm just trying to find it here.
Dave says, "I'd beateth that boy's ass. He really shouldn't do that to the teacher. Was trying to teach. One day, my Sunday school teacher hit me on the shoulder with the edge of a lesson book to kill a mosquito." Very good.
So, our first story, I'm going to go backwards, Bish. All right. And I'm going to open up with the mum. This is out of the UK. It's the Mirror. A mum tried to sell nappies online, but
nappies
stranger's
in England are diapers, I guess.
Oh,
nappies, not nippies, huh? But a stranger's request made alarm bells start ringing. And apparently she attempted to get rid of a few spare packets of nappies in an online marketplace, but was horrified when a stranger started asking some, inappropriate questions, it appears. The mom, not only as Joe, listed some Huggies nappies, but the response she got was this guy who was inquiring whether or not they were still available, as they always do on marketplaces. However, he didn't want any old picture. He was demanding shots of her daughter wearing the diapers. So he wanted to see like the daughter in the diapers.
Can I get them dirty, please? Thank you.
Did you ever see the My Strange Addiction where the girl was sucking on diapers? That was her addiction. She sucked on diapers.
Oh God.
No.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah, she would go to her sister's house who had a fresh baby.
Fresh baby.
Fresh baby, dude.
A new baby. A baby-aged baby, infant. And she would steal the diapers out of a diaper bag, like the little diaper disposal. She'd rip into it and take out the diapers that were all, you know how they fold them up kind of wacky after you take them off a baby? You fold them up, tape them or whatever. Yeah, she would take them home and she would suck on them. Very
dirty
weird.
diapers.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So she says that once she realized that he was being inappropriate, she went and looked at his profile, and she said that she quickly summed up that he was a perv. She felt disgusted that someone was trying to violate her daughter.
Well, there's definitely a lot of creeps out there. So maybe, maybe that's his fetish, is just to see children in diapers. I don't know.
That's pretty gross.
Pretty awful, really. Good Lord.
What you got next, Knox?
That's no good. Next up, we got a great story out of California. They found a bear swimming in their backyard pool. Listen, bears can go wherever they want to go.
Oh, that reminds me real quick. I just want to get to the story. So on vacation this weekend, right?
Oh, your bear story.
Yeah.
This idiot here. Go ahead.
In the California story, basically the bear's in the pool and they just let the bear get out of the pool and then it walks off. So I'm on vacation in the mountains this weekend, right? And I think it's Saturday or Sunday. I think it's Sunday. I'm taking a nap during the day, and I'm awoken by the nap from my wife saying, because we were with two other couples, we'll just say Mikey, you need to go downstairs. Mikey and Mrs. Mayhem, there is a bear, and they are messing with the bear. And I said, what? They're doing what? And they said, there's a bear outside. They're trying to feed this bear and touch this bear. You need to go outside. And I said, okay.
How big was the bear?
I'll show you a video. I mean, it was a baby bear, but it doesn't matter.
Well, you got a baby. You got
Yeah,
you got a mama bear nearby
Yeah.
someplace. It's going to come over and wreck you.
Yeah. Bears are very protective of their cubs, and they don't get far away.
No,
And
they don't get far away.
I see the video
So-
of this
so
bear.
I didn't see this video till after I got home. So what I did was I said, okay, so I just get dressed and I go downstairs and I never go outside. I don't go on the back, patio, and I can hear the people talking and stuff like that. So I just go downstairs. I take my pistol with me and I just sit there. And my wife was like, are you going to go outside? I'm like, no, I'm not going outside. I'll go outside when I'm needed. Like I'm not going out there with a bear.
And this is
like-
on the vacation.
Yeah.
Why
At
is
the
your
house.
pistol? Why is your pistol with you on vacation?
Well, because I'm traveling, I'm hiking through wilderness. I mean, I don't know if there's some maniac out
Bears?
there with a knife.
Is this your
bear.
snub nose? Your snub nose that you had before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so I'm just sitting there and, that might not be enough to kill a bear, but I think that's enough to scare a bear, but, so I don't watch the video. I don't, and I hear people talking about, I don't put my 2 cents in. I'm going to be like, dude, so in the video, you'll see the person put their hand out. So they said, and keep in mind, these people are dog people, right? They own like a dog, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a spa / kennel and all this stuff, right?
Oh, okay.
So they're animal people, but wild animals are totally different. So he said he put his hand out so the bear could smell his hand.
Uh-huh.
And
I
then
saw this video.
and then he tried to give the bear a high five, and the bear gave him a high five. I said, I think the bear was swatting your hand.
Yeah, he
said-
smacked his hand.
He said, well, I saw his claws and his claws weren't that big. I'm thinking, so it doesn't matter. Like a razor blade's not that big, but it'll slice you up. And also being that a bear is nothing but muscle, so I'll show you this video real quick. I didn't see this video till after I got home because I was like, I'm not going outside. When I hear people screaming and running around with no scalps, then that's when I'll go outside. Let's see.
Yeah, it's very foolish. This is very dumb.
But the bear was easily, like when he stood up, the bear, because there's another video of the bear standing up. Can you see the screen, by the way?
Yeah.
Mhm.
When the bear stood up, it was easily as tall as me because those rocks, you see those rocks over there? There's like one more step up of those rocks, one more layer of those rocks. And so.
All right. So this bear is approaching
But he stayed off the steps. Nope, he's
Nope.
coming right up. Jesus.
Look at this idiot. He's putting his hand, letting him smell it. Yeah. See if he wants to eat it or not. Good idea.
And the bear is, by the way, drooling. I don't know if you could see this in the video, but there's
He's
the wet
hungry.
spot. Yeah, it's a hungry bear, and look at the claws. I like
Yeah.
here. I mean, they're easily 2 inches.
Yeah, that paw is twice the size of the
You could
biggest
just take
dog you
one
can think of.
swipe and
Oh, yeah.
slice his arm wide open. Yeah, play that thing. Oh no! Oh,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What an idiot.
I'm surprised you didn't go get a fishing rod and hang a steak off of it for him. Are you serious?
I'm surprised he didn't name it.
Oh no!
Dude, that thing came over that.
Scare the bear away. Don't invite it up.
Yeah, beat on a frying pan. Now it thinks it's okay. Oh, look at you. You're so cute. You're covered in ticks.
I mean, it's a big bear. It's
Yeah.
not
Now
a
it's going
grizzly
down to
bear.
your cars to go mess your cars up.
It's
So, yeah.
easily 200 pounds. Easily.
Yes. Speaking of the car, that's not my car, right? This was another person's car, not their car. So the bear goes over here, messes with the trash cans, couldn't get in the trash cans, and gets on top of this car apparently, and then jumps up here and runs off. But yeah, it was funny. I was like, I'm not going to say anything. Like, he didn't get murdered, by a bear, and you should know the dangers of a wild bear. But the person kind of got roasted on social media for doing that because people are like, yeah, everything that you're saying, you should scare the bear, you should do this or do that. Like if I was sitting outside and I saw the bear, I would try to scare the fucking thing. I wouldn't be like, put my hand out. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that was the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe that. But yeah, that was a
mess.
that was an interesting part of the trip.
I saw it and I commented, F that. And that's all I said. I mean, I'm like,
so can you share me in, Fish?
Sure. Yeah.
Sharing in.
This is the bear in the pool. This is
a bear was caught on video trying to cool off during this heat wave. The Ling family lives in Arcadia and found this bear hanging out in their
Yeah, that's a good distance. You're inside.
Probably thinks the heat is unbearable.
You're not jumping in the pool with the bear.
got that same brown nose that your bear had.
Yeah, that could be your bear just traveled. I mean, you can see the fur's way. That thing is all killing machine. All killing machine. You're crazy.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I was like, oh, the trip was almost ruined by a bear attack.
You know, you'd had to say, you know what? He kind of deserved it.
Oh, yeah.
If he'd have bit that dude's hand, he kind of deserved it. Because, one, he thinks he's the fucking animal whisperer.
Well, I'm glad that I didn't watch the video. Because my wife was like, oh, there's a video. I was like, I'm not watching that. Like, I don't want to watch that. Like, I'm trying to have a good time.
I bet it infuriated you when you got home, didn't it?
Well, no, I was like, yeah, well, I mean, I was already told what had happened, right? But I was like, man, the bear easily could have just slid right over the fence on that patio, and then you would have been locked in
there with him. Yeah. You're in the octagon with the bear.
Right. Yeah, no. Not me. I was sitting inside. So then I would have,
locked the door and they'd have been SOL.
Run through the glass door.
Well, now let's take it right over to Japan.
Oh, Japan.
Talking about toilets. A pair of Tokyo parks are attracting extra attention for their unusual new features, public toilets with transparent walls. And as I mentioned during the beginning of the podcast, the restrooms designed by a couple of architects as part of the Nippon Foundation's Tokyo Toilet Project features see-through walls that turn
Tokyo Toilet Project.
They turn opaque when a user enters the facility and locks the door. So there you go. I'd use one of those. Wouldn't you?
Could you imagine what the cost of that is in comparison to just putting up an old wall between the two? Yeah, the old glory hole type wall. I mean,
what? I guess. Here, share me. There's a picture of this thing.
Yeah, you have the men's and women's, and then
okay, that's way different than I expected.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, but yeah, I think this is a good thing because I've definitely walked into a bathroom before that is disgusting, and you not know how disgusting it is. So I don't know, but yeah, I'm sure the cost comparable to just making a brick building compared to a glass building that changes colors and all this shit is astronomical. Let's wrap up with the Britney Spears story.
Talk to me.
Well, you have it, Knox. You have the story. You talk to us.
How about you talk back, bro?
Well, hold on.
Talk to me. Well, the story is because Creed brought it to our attention about the whole free Britney and all this stuff and all the crazy videos she's making. And,
God, she's still really hot.
Oh, it's probably an old video, old photo.
No, she's still hot.
Yeah, she's in really good shape right now, like ripped.
Right.
And I think her boyfriend's her personal trainer.
And people would say in the video, like, she was doing or saying crazy stuff. And people say, if you were being held captive, wear green pants in the next video. In the next video, she wore green pants.
It was a yellow shirt, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know, Knox. A yellow shirt. I'm
sorry. I'm just remembering. I'm not picking on you.
Yellow shirt. I remember that too.
Also, she was probably wearing 2 Magnum condoms because one won't fit. So, I mean, whatever you want to say. But
it's an affliction.
So this story is like maybe Creed is right, because she's trying to get her dad loose of the money.
She is seeking to make changes to her conservatorship, which has been in place for 12 years, ever since she went ape shit and shaved her head. In a document filed to the Superior Court of California in LA, On August 17th, by Spears' court-appointed lawyer, the singer states that she is strongly opposed to having her father, Jamie, referred to as James in the filing, Spears return as conservator of her person. Spears is petitioning that her temporary conservator, Jody Montgomery, take on the role permanently. Furthermore, the document states that Britney Spears opposes her father's continued control over her estate and would like to regain oversight of her finances. As the filing reads, Britney strongly prefers to have a qualified corporate fiduciary appointed to serve in this role. So her dad's been doing this since 2008, since she lost her mind in her public breakdown. And the court has granted Jamie Spears to be paid around $130,000 a year annually by his daughter's estate for his role as conservator. So he's paying himself $130,000 a year to manage her money.
That's a great deal, right, Mikey? It sounds like something you would like to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's basically probably has no bills. He probably lives there. He probably sponges off of, this is an expense, this and this and this, and he's just pocketing that money. And untold amounts he's been skimming off the top or saying, we spent more money than we really did, that kind of thing.
So what's to say, okay, so let's say she gets her money back, or she gets someone that she's hooked up with to manage her money. Okay. Britney Spears has a long history of mental health issues. We don't know how healthy she is right now. She did walk away from the Vegas gig, saying that her dad was sick, which was strange.
Did you get in the story? Do you see what what her dad was sick from?
Oh, let me go back to it. Recovering from a treatment of a ruptured colon.
Oh no.
After which Spears postponed her Vegas residency. Yeah, with a lot of money, and then checked herself into a health facility for a month-long stay herself. So listen, she's still going a little bit crazy. She's trying to get her meds straightened out, or who knows what's going on. I hope she's doing well if she's watching this, which she's probably not, but whatever.
I think she is.
But
yes,
here's it. Does she need to have access to her millions?
I mean, let's look at it this way. She has a net worth of $215 million. If she goes batshit crazy and spends it all, it's going to take her a while. Let her go. She earned it. It's her money.
She'll die. I bet she dies in the midst of all that. It's not good.
I mean, but if that's how she wants to go, let her go.
If she's not living a good life. Oh my goodness. Did you see this thing right here in the chat right there? That last thing. We may have a love connection.
He called her baby.
Wendy, Dave would like you to call him or text him. Actually, he doesn't want to hear your voice. He just wants to see your writing skills. I think you keep saying we get these two together. We have a super baby that will be on this show for years to come.
Wow.
Years.
And there you go.
Well, best of luck to Britney Spears. I feel bad that this is going on, but you know what? It happens. It happens. So real quick, tomorrow night, we will have adult film Avian Hall of Famer Katie Morgan on the show. She'll be live here taking your questions. It'll probably be a very busy night because I've already seen the amount of people who have reacted to this over on our Twitter page. So it's going to be one of those big nights over there and on YouTube. So get here early. Make sure you go and subscribe. That way we know exactly when we're going on the air. You can jump on and ask your questions to this legend. And Friday, we have the one and only Tim Stack from Son of the Beach. My name is Earl. A lot of different shows. He's wrote for many, many people. And we're going to have him on. And I'm going to see if he can test wits with Bishop over here.
Yes.
The comedian.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure he'll be able to handle his own.
Is he up to snuff? And look, the only reason he agreed to do our show is because I said, look, I promise you an interview unlike any other interview you've done before. So no pressure.
Okay, no pressure. Well, I want to say thanks to everyone for joining us tonight. Knox, thank you. Follow us on YouTube. Subscribe to our page. Like us on Facebook. Like Mikey said, on Twitter, on Periscope, and everywhere in between. Knox, any final words?
Sorry, I was just doing the outro music. No, had a good time tonight, guys. We don't, just because the captain is not here, we can always have a good time without him.
That's right.
And I hope that Creed's feeling better because, quite honestly, I'm a little bit nervous he might have the COVID.
Get well soon, friend. Get well soon.
How about you, Mikey? Any last words?
Just tune in tomorrow night. I will be interviewing Katie Morgan, and hopefully one of these guys will join me as well, because I know one of them has to start the stream so we can talk to her. So Bishop will probably be here joining us tomorrow night.
Yes, sir. All right. Thank you so much for everyone joining us. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow, like Mikey said, and Friday night. Thank you. God bless. And do you want to be like a member of this family? No.
That's right.
No, you don't.